Who's there? Wait. I know those footsteps. I'd know those strong, confident strides anywhere. Good evening, Your Imperial Highness. Or is it already morning? Not yet. Ah. Well, it's hard to tell down here. The light never changes. It just fades from gray into darker gray. In any case, welcome to my cell of mildew and rust. I would kneel, but, well, you relieved me of that courtesy. You came to speak with me. Truly. Was my trial not spectacle enough? Hours of testimony, ledgers stacked high, my own handwriting condemning me more eloquently than any prosecutor. You wasted your time. You dirtied your shoes in the process. You look exhausted. Have you slept at all? No. I suppose not. An execution at dawn sits heavily on even the strongest sovereign. Ah, you brought your guards. Why? Emperor, how could I attack you when you ordered my wrists to be shackled to the wall? Besides, I was your high advisor. If I ever meant to harm you, I had countless chances to do it before this moment. But I didn't. I wouldn't. Call me traitor, conspirator, spy. I will answer to all of it. I am many things, but a murderer is not one of them. Now, why are you here? You want answers? Of course you do. You always did despise loose ends. Send your dogs away and let us speak alone. One last conversation in confidence. That's more like it. Now, ask away. Yes, I passed information. You name it. Troop movements, naval routes, council disputes. I could go on, but we'd be here until dawn. Oh, it was never the full truth, just enough to earn trust. And apparently, just enough to justify the charge of treason. I won't insult you by denying it. Besides, you have my ledgers. That evidence alone is quite extensive. You once told me that you valued my thoroughness. It seems I have been thorough in my own destruction. Why? That is the question, isn't it? That's why you're here in the dead of night, eyes exhausted from lack of sleep. Why would the man you raised to the rank of High Advisor risk the stability of your reign? Why would I risk you? First, you must understand. This plan was in motion long before you took the throne. Indeed. It started under your father's rule, when the borders of our kingdom burned and villages starved, all while the emperor drowned himself in silk and wine. I was young and angry, seeing the people, our people, while the empire rotted from within. It was too much. There were others who felt the same as I did. Factions forming from the shadows of your father's court. Nobles, diplomats, generals. All of them certain that the empire had grown bloated and weak. Their whispers of reform and revolution were commonplace, right under your father's very nose. It was easier than you'd think. I used my position to infiltrate the council, feed my fellow conspirators just enough to give us what we needed for the overthrow. I thought I could control it all within. God's the arrogance. Believing I could hold a fire with my bare hands and not let it burn me. But then your father died, and you ascended. We were all prepared for you to be another tyrant, but you were different. Yes, different. You heard the cries of your people. You listened to your counsel, to me, and put us to work. You cut taxes in the outer provinces. You emptied your own treasury for those in need. You ruled with strength and wisdom, without your father's cruelty. The revolution I had spent years planning was no longer necessary, but by then I was already entangled. Yes, in more ways than one. If I withdrew abruptly, I would have been suspected by my cohorts. Then they would have struck. Not at me. No. At you. So I delayed them, misled them, tried to unravel the rebellion from within, or better, disband it and leave the revolution behind. They saw right through my false leads, my divided loyalty. So, to save their own skin, they offered me to you like a sacrificial lamb. Would you like to know the worst part of all this, Your Highness? You, the very person I once meant to destroy, I now want to shield with every fiber of my being. There is a cruel irony in that, isn't there? Your Highness, you're close all of a sudden. You always see right through me, don't you? Perceptive as ever. The whole truth. Right. The first time I considered abandoning the rebellion entirely was the night you fell asleep at your desk. Do you remember? The harvest had failed in 3 provinces. You'd been reviewing relief proposals for hours when I urged you to rest. You refused, insisting that, what was it? An emperor does not rest while his people hungers. You fell asleep mid-sentence, your hand still clutching the quill. I shrugged off my cloak to cover your shoulders, and right then, in that moment, I realized that you were exactly what the kingdom needed. Not reform, not revolution, it needed you. You were an answer to prayer all on your own. You know, I accounted for every variable in a rebellion, but I did not account for falling in love with you. Of course I meant it. I love you, just as you are. Your mercy, your compassion, the way you trust too easily and forgive too rarely. At that moment, I knew you were enough, more than any of us deserved, more than any of us ever deserved. My regrets? Oh, I have many. I regret my role in all of this. I regret choosing pride and silence over transparency. But most of all, I regret not telling you how I felt about you. Now, those words taste like bitter desperation. Like I'm trying to save myself. I'm not. I did not ask for pardon. I deserve the axe. I do. I do fear death. But not the pain. If the executioner is skilled, it'll be quick. No. What unsettles me is the thought of you standing on your balcony, watching me when the axe comes down. Your Highness, do not attend. Do not let that be your last memory of me. Remember me before this cell. Remember me advising you in the war room. Remember me standing by your side. This is who I want to be in the end. I never meant to betray you. I betrayed an empire. I betrayed your father's reign, yes, but not you. Every decision, however misguided, was for the good of this country. History will record me as a spy, a conspirator, a traitor, and perhaps that is just. But you will know the truth. I died loyal to you. You're crying. Emperor, no. No. Don't. If I see any of those precious tears fall on my behalf, I might lose what little composure I have left. Shit. Damn these chains. What I would give to comfort you, to dry those precious tears. What? No. You cannot pardon me. You mustn't. If you spare me, it will be seen as weakness, and you will fracture your authority before it is fully hardened. No. Carry out my execution. It will show everyone that you do not tolerate betrayal. Let the people love you, but make traitors fear you. Mercy is your greatest strength, Your Highness. But at dawn, strength must wear armor. Besides, there's one final matter, and it must happen during my public execution. What? You didn't think I'd drag you into this mess and leave you unprepared? Oh. Never. Never. I held my tongue and let them condemn me to give you the chance to see the evidence for yourself. In my study, in the third drawer of my desk, beneath the false bottom, there's one last ledger. One I plan to take with me to my grave. In it, there are names, dates, proof of who else is involved in the revolt. No, I couldn't have exposed them at the trial. Have you been listening to me? This runs far deeper than you know, and the words of the traitor mean nothing to the masses. Besides, if I had revealed that ledger during the trial and spoken their names in that courtroom, they would have scattered like rats and burned every other trace of their treachery before the sun set. By letting them think they are safe, you get to strike first, decisively, and in full control. It's settled. At dawn, go to my home and seize that ledger before they do. Present it to the council. By tomorrow, dismantle what remains of the rebellion in one fell swoop. You know what must be done, Your Highness. End this with me. I trust you to make the right decision. Ah, the dawn bell. How punctual. It seems my time has come. Your Highness, come closer, please. If there is another life beyond this one, I hope to meet you once more, without crowns, without courts, without any of this. Just you and the man I might have been. Shh, no. Do not carry guilt for this. You gave me the opportunity to speak and defend myself. I chose silence. This is the consequence of the path I chose. At least this way, I can keep you safe, even if from beyond the grave. They're coming. I can hear them. Your Highness, thank you for the honor of serving you, for the privilege of loving you, even in secret. Go now. Retrieve that ledger. Use it to expose each and every one of those traitors in your court. Make my death mean something. Goodbye, my Emperor. Long may you reign.